Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today raids along the English coastline have intensified and King Vinchester of Wessex, playing as the Britons in purple, has begun marshalling his forces to confront once and for all King Kasva Ragnarsson, playing as the Vikings in blue. Now while these two kings herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings, and try to go up to Feudal Age ASAP, why don't we take a look at the civilizations we'll be watching today. Now, the Britons are a civ built around supporting its ranged units. Their archery ranges work 10% faster. Their foot archers, except for skirmishers, all come with free extra range in Castle and then again in Imperial. And if that's not enough range for you, all Briton foot archers can be upgraded to get even more range. Now, all of this range, not to beat a dead range horse, is good news for their unique unit, the longbow. This is a decent foot archer that comes with a massive 12 range when it's fully upgraded, and Briton Trebs are also some of the most powerful in the game because they can be upgraded not only to do blast damage, but also to come with 100% accuracy against non-moving stationary units. Now, in order to support their military production, Briton town centers do cost 50% less wood, and their shepherds work 25% faster. Across the plains of Arabia, we've got our Viking in blue, a civilization that focuses primarily on its infantry. Starting in Feudal Age, all Viking infantry gets more HP and can be upgraded to get a nice attack boost against cavalry and camels, which, never say never, but not exactly something I'm expecting to see. Definitely not camels out of the Britons, unless there's been a change to the game I haven't read about. Now, this boost benefits their first unique unit, the Berserker. This is a durable, well-armored, strong infantry unit whose health automatically regenerates at a rate of 40 HP per minute. Now, infantry units, as you know, as we all know, generally move a little bit slower on the battlefield, so to support them, Viking archer line units can actually be upgraded to get a small +1 attack boost. Now, in order to help afford their military endeavors, the Vikings do get the wheelbarrow and handcart upgrades for free, so we'll see in Feudal Age, we'll see in Castle Age, that Viking economy absolutely on a tear, and their infantry, which already come with a few cool features I just mentioned, can be upgraded even more to earn gold every time they kill a villager, a monk, or a trade unit. These are the two civilizations we have in front of us, both players sitting at lucky number 13 villager count, as they both continue harvesting various sources of food. Looks like Kasva already heading for his berries in the back. Good time for us to investigate and take a look at their bases. Our Viking, nice location for forests. I love triangle-shaped bases, makes it a little bit easier to wall off. Although we'll see primary gold in the forward-ish position, which our Briton is about to discover. He sees the pile of gold. He knows he's in the right area. All 7 tiles of those gold, and now he sees a house. So he knows where that town center is, goes underneath it. But luckily for him, Kasva very much focusing on pulling that boar so that one scout is safe and absconds. Primary stone a little bit further away, and additional gold both to the north and to the south. The back of the base, easier to wall off. Still hasn't taken these 2 geese. Now he does. And a bit more extra stone to the side. But this is not a terrible map to wall off. You can go here. There's a lot of different options you can. I like that it does have a few big forests anchored. They're also pretty thick forests, which against a normal archer civilization are pretty damn good against keeping your villagers alive and productive, but against the Britons, we'll see. We'll see what the civ with the more range has to say about it. Speaking of that civ, 1, 2, 3 forests in the back. This one's a little bit thinner, so easier for our Viking to place a few archer units there to disrupt that wood line. Primary gold, also kind of forward-ish, middle, open and exposed. Primary stone annoyingly placed on a hill. Man, what is going on with Age of Empires lately with these map generations with resources on hills? How the hell do you even mine this efficiently? Can you even put a mining camp? Maybe here? Maybe down here? In any event, we'll see. I'll keep an eye out on this, see if our Briton agrees or disagrees. Additional gold in the front, additional gold and stone. Okay, nice and secure in the back. A few more forests in the back position, it looks like, for both players. A relic as well for our Viking. So on the whole, I think our Viking base looks a little bit nicer, a little bit easier to wall off. And no surprise there that our Briton is already heading over there with 2 militias and a scout. 30 seconds away is our Viking from hitting feudal, as he just now discovers where his opponent is, having taken a bit of a, let's call this a circuitous route to get there, thinking perhaps that his opponent is further down south, but doesn't really matter. Our Viking, 2 fewer villagers, is going to hit Feudal Age right now. Well, let's see what he does to defend against these 3 units. Now, these are not exactly the hardest hitting units in the game, and they're going to be stuck in Dark Age for about a minute since he went up. Actually, interestingly enough, I think he went up exactly 50 seconds behind Kasva, just showing you. I mean, look at the idle time on the TC. Our Viking, 0 idle time right now. 8 seconds for our Briton is not terrible, but it's not 0. And so our Briton, having trained 2 extra villagers take 25 seconds to train, so not surprised that he went up about 50 seconds behind his opponent. Decides to make an issue of this house. Oh, our Briton is moving forward with 4 men-at-arms. Okay, there. I say men-at-arms. In 20 seconds, there'll be men-at-arms. There are a few units here to greet him, though. 1 spearman, 1 scout, a skirmisher, and an archer. It's like when you can't decide on what pizza toppings to get. Why the hell not just get all of them? Let's see what they can do against these units. Not exactly Roman armor class here for these units. For now, not a single ranged unit out of our Briton, which means that these wall-offs are perfect for our Viking, and he can keep his economy safe and secure, creating even more funnels and wall-offs so that these Briton units have to take some kind of town center fire. By the way, have they taken any damage? No! Neither player taking any damage at all. I expect that to change with the introduction of this guy. Do archers have ponytails? Let me know in the comments below. I've always wondered. I think they have like long hair with some ponytails, not to get too distracted here from the action that's, I guess, not happening on the map as our Briton pushes away. Okay. Giving our Viking time to just get his economy. By the way, wheelbarrow box is checked. I've said it before, this economy for the Vikings, and anyone who has ever played the Viking just knows how important it is. That upgrade, getting wheelbarrow, getting handcart for free, it just launches you into the stratosphere economically, so far ahead of your opponent. He was down 2 villagers, now he's ahead 1 villager. I mean, that's how good it is. Oh, is this 1 villager, though, enough to repair? Let's take a look at the HP. 120, 130, 120, 130, 120, 117. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is, okay, he has to pull a second one. It looked like for a second there that 1 villager was not going to be enough. Choosing this exact moment, our Viking heads out with a bit more of a ranged army. So the civilization I said was ranged is going melee. And the civilization that I said is infantry is going ranged. Well, there you go. This is exactly why I don't, you know, if I see camels coming out of our Briton right now, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's put it like that. Like I said, if I ever say 1 + 1 is 2, the players will find a way to make it 3. But in any event, a tower defensive going up here. Palisade still. Now, what's the point of this, you might ask? Why is purple right-clicking on this palisade while at home? He could use this army. The whole point there is to delay the gathering of food. You've essentially lamed 2 villagers here. Not only is he spending wood to repair this, not a lot of wood, but wood in any event, but he's also focused on that while he's trying to attack back home. Oh my goodness, our Briton had to buy stone in Feudal Age. Never something you want to do. Oh, his economy is going to be so delayed when he gets up to Castle, or I mean, if we're lucky enough to get to Castle, I certainly hope so. Like I said, we need to find out who is going to be the victor here. Will it be the heathen? What was it? What do the Britons call the Vikings? The Grand Heathen Army? And the Vikings refer to themselves as the Great Viking Army or something like that. So we'll see. Isn't that funny how they, to the Britons, they were heathens, to themselves, they were great. In any event, it looks like the Great Viking Army has been split in 2. A bit of a patrol here by ranged units, while his other ranged units are at home. Does he have a single melee unit? And he's got a scout and a spearman over here. First kill of the game at the 16-minute mark goes to our Briton, who adds another one but loses an archer of his own. He is getting some good damage done here. Okay. Well, the entire Viking army has just melted, and our Briton is heading up to Castle Age. while our Viking focuses on a house. Okay. Archer unit over here. Now he needs to maybe get a bit more stone. He's not a Bulgarian with a stone discount. He is a Briton with a wood discount for his town centers. Uh-oh. Rutrow, says Scooby-Doo, as a bunch of men-at-arms and archers busts their way into here, but just needs to delete his own house. Surprised he did that. I don't think he really needed to do that. He could just kept running away this way. It would have taken maybe a little bit more HP damage, but these are Feudal Age archers. They're not going to actually hit moving targets. For example, see this villager that's highlighted with 2 HP, who now gets repurposed as far away from the battle as possible. He does not want to be anywhere close. Okay, 0 kills on the great Viking army here. Blacksmith going up for our Briton as well. He has the market and the archery range. It doesn't look like Kasva is anywhere close. So our Briton, 7 fewer villagers rushing up to Castle Age. Our Viking happy to sit in Imperial. He's repelled the British army, while at the same time he himself is putting on aggression. And by the way, he's going to see the second that Vinchester decides what to do. Will it be cavalry? Will it be more ranged units? Whatever he decides to do, these units are going to see pretty much instantaneously. What is this tower? What was that tower attacking? I guess the spearmen. Somehow, in 2 or 3 minutes, we went from 0 kills to 7-6, and yet not a single player has killed a villager of the others. Okay, are you going to engage into this army, or are you just sightseeing for the moment? Oh, look at that. Slips into the fog of war, does Vinchester of Wessex, but gets discovered by these skirmishers. Their line of sight is pretty damn good. And they need to abscond right now. They do get the scout, and okay, so he's bringing his army home, having seen that, okay, probably a knight's gonna come out in one night. Oh, do you hear that? I think a plane just flew immediately overhead of my condo. What the hell? I think one knight takes this entire army, no? Skirmishers basically do 1 damage. This scout's gonna die with 1 love tap. The one archer that's weak is gonna die with 1 love tap. But look at that. Our Briton has surrounded our Viking base. Skirmishers expand all over the place so they can all reach that one last man-at-arms. And this is what I was talking about. Any other civilization but the Britons, who now have, what's the range on their crossbows? 7 range, even though he's got only the +1 researched. Because they're in castle, they get +1 range. But he's not going to be alone in castle for very long. 9 seconds away is our Viking, who is not taking too much damage from these crossbows. Okay, 2 kills is not bad. Uh-oh, Britain has lost his knight. Has to abscond. Okay, getting Bodkin, so now it's going to be 8 range. 8 range on a Castle Age unit. You heard me go bonko over Saracen camels in Castle Age with 145 HP. 8 range on a non-siege unit is pretty damn crazy in Castle Age. Especially early Castle Age, you know, I guess closer to the end of Castle Age when players are heading over to Imperial. Oh, no! Oh, our Viking doesn't notice. Will he take a second? Does take a second volley, loses a bit of HP. These crossbows probably going to go pick off that spearman. Very easy to do that, and our Viking has to back the hell away. He's got a whole bunch of skirmishers, 16 of them. He is going up to elite. Why didn't he just go take care of these crossbows? They're annoying the hell out of his farming community. He needs to deal with those first. Okay, now the guest decides to do that. I don't think you need 16 units to deal with a few crossbows, but hey, I'm not the one playing. If he wants to do overkill, then Kasva will do overkill as his villagers here now get attacked. And this is exactly what our Briton was going to do. Oh my god, he picked off the archer. I'm sorry, I'm missing all the little action all over the map. I need to keep a more careful eye on that mini-map. Uh-oh, he brings the mangonel here. And now these elite skirmishers are going to have a fun time dealing with that. They're going to have to be microed quite well if they want to take on a mangonel. Okay, unless the mangonel just does really bad attack rounds here. What's the movement speed comparison right now? Let's take a look. 0.96 to 0.96. So in theory, the crossbows with this lead of, I would say, what? 6 or 7 tiles? Oh no! What the hell? They should be able to outrun. Okay, but maybe not. They cut across. Bad pathing there for purple, who continues to make very bad attack rounds. And crossbows are going to be a little quicker to take out. The mangonel doesn't need it, gets it with his own. Oh, but loses it. Okay. You know what? A mango for a mango, not terrible. Looks like purple managed to deke blue unless... I mean, purple managed to deke blue unless blue just decided to go somewhere completely different and scout, maybe for relics or something. But all of a sudden, we've got two chases on the field, both involving skirmishers and crossbows. This is a lot of skirmishers out of our Viking. 26 skirmishers are basically his entire army supply. Now, while these, how do I put it, very slow, weak counter units continue to patrol around the map, let's take a look at the bases. You've got 2 archery ranges for our Viking, no surprise there. Oh, right as I want to take a look at the base, of course, a mangonel shows up and draws our eyeballs this way. It looks like blue is going straight for purple. And here, uh-oh, purple, be careful. Be careful. Oh, blue's going to catch a whole bunch of these, closes in perfectly, a little bit, maybe too close. Remember, they have minimum range, but was this a trap? Was that a trap set by our Briton king? As his knights now move forward and will absolutely get what? What do we think, 4 or 5 of these scouts? They are not scouts, they're skirmishers, you silly idiot. 1 is dead, 2 are dead. But they're being led straight into a mangonel as well. 3 are dead, 4 are dead. Oh, and the mangonel flattens the rest. Pancake for breakfast, says our Briton. Man, no insult to any viewers from England, but I remember traveling to London and not being very happy with the breakfast there. It was like everything was like deep fried, which, believe me, I'm laughing to myself because I'm hearing myself complaining about something being deep fried when I'm the biggest pig of all and I absolutely love anything deep fried. I just maybe for breakfast, maybe not for breakfast, I don't know. But man, I miss London. London was so much fun to walk around. So many good bookshops, so many stores, restaurants, pubs, casinos. It was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, my mind is melting into the past when I really should be focused on the present. Zen-like, as these 2 armors, meant to say armies, circle each other, and our Briton putting on the aggression. I mean, I know there's action, but I need to take a look at the Briton base. He's got 3 town centers. I was worried for him economically. He's got the villager lead and the army lead. What the hell was I worried about? How many archery ranges? 1 archery range, 1 barracks, 1 stable, 1 siege workshop. So talk about one of everything here. But does lose 1 crossbow as these ones lame this forest. Is our Viking running out of places to lumberjack? That could be very problematic for him. He's only got 100 wood. And he's only got 13 villagers on wood, all condensed, which, again, not a bad number, but they're all condensed into 1 wood line. If only our Briton knew. By the way, what's his vision like? So he's seen the lumber camp. He's seen the dead felled trees over here. Why isn't he applying pressure there? I wonder why he's trying to bust into here instead of attacking that wood line. Good splits there. Good splits, but a villager comes to repair last minute, and the mango is saved. Oh, that was unfortunate. These guys have 8 range. I wonder why he's engaging so readily into these units. Yes, there you go. You've got knights. Loses his own mangonel, but will get a whole bunch of kills in exchange. But look at this. Oh my god, the Viking swarm is here, but he backs away, doesn't give him a target, does our Briton. And he absconds. Yeah, Kasva needs to find a fresh source of lumber. Maybe somewhere back here. Maybe here, if he can clear this area out, and he's doing exactly that. I wonder if he'll send villagers there. What are you? You are a very forward siege workshop as a 4th town center is being plopped down. Our Briton says, you know what? I know the casters, especially Cast of Empires, likes to talk a big game about the Vikings and getting wheelbarrow and handcart and blah, blah, blah for free. You know what? I'm not even going to compete with that. I don't even have wheelbarrow at the top left of our screens. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to build 4 freaking town centers. And I'm just going to outproduce him with quantity. That being said, our Viking heading up to Imperial. Viking archer line is not bad at all. When we're looking at the army in front of us, the only thing they don't have is thumb ring. Which, by the way, the Britons don't have either. So we essentially, aside from the range, do we have the exact same archery line? in terms of crossbows, arbalests, and elite skirmishers. I mean, they both don't have Parthian tactics. Who cares? We're not looking at horsey units. Yeah, I think both players, except for that extra range that the Briton has, have the exact same army stats for these bipedal archers. And man, these skirmishers are going to get wrecked right as a castle goes down in the middle of the map for our Briton. Please let us see longbows. Please let us see berserkers. We've got 11, 15 villagers on stone now for our Viking. He's taken a few off of wood. I guess at the moment he believes that he's got enough ranged units. Getting a market now. He is in Imperial Vinchester. He's housed at 105. Do I see any housing? Just now he's starting the housing. Oh no, never mind. Right as I say that, the castle went up, added 20 extra population space. Another battle happening here at the back of the map. And purple, I want to say has been repelled. All of the purple dots on the map, the mango, the knight, they're all moving left. And our Viking army is all moving left. And in 10 seconds, we're going to get to see these bad boys turn into arbalests. Let's freaking go. Let's watch it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, man. I fanboy hard on this game. Discovers that there's a castle, by the way, after taking an arrow to the face. He's even adding chemistry. So these guys are going to pack a freaking punch. They're going to be fully upgraded once he gets the last armor upgrade. He's buying wood. That is unfortunate, but when you've got 11 villagers to the 30 of your opponent, of course you have to buy wood, and now there are so many arbalests. That being said, our Briton, he can afford to lose a villager or two. Look at the villager count. He's ahead 43 villagers. That's bonkers. Now, luckily for Vinchester, luckily for our Briton, he's only losing a few villagers here and there, and this is not a cavalry army. This is not camels. This is not horses. This is nothing but slow-moving infantry units. I shouldn't say infantry, slow-moving archer units. So he is only a minute away from Imperial. He can just run away and turtle up into these town centers, because these units can't really run by town centers. Look at their HP. They're down a third of their HP. A castle for our Viking. Oh, wait a second. Right as I say he can't run by town centers, he does exactly that. He enters into a tower firing zone, but I mean, at this point, our Briton can afford to lose a few villagers. More towers going down for him as well. This is going to be very bad for our Viking. I mean, he's getting good kills, but is it worth the cost? Oh my goodness. That was an expensive trade here. It looks like this tower also got a few, what do we want to say, skirmishers? I think a skirmisher, right? They're the ones with the, oh, turn around so we can look at you. How many are all three of them here? Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, the ones with the blue and white as opposed to blue and silver. Or steel, I guess. Our Viking first to Imperial, we know what that means in high elo games. First one to come out with Trebs. He's only got a second town center. And oh no, this is going to be absolutely disgusting here. Why is he not even trying to run by? Now his 43 villager lead has been cut down to 26, 28, 29. The numbers are always changing. But that was absolutely disgusting. Lucky get there for our Viking, who manages to decimate that group of villagers. But in comes the elite skirmishers with 8 range here. What are their other upgrades? Not fully upgraded yet. Still needs armor, but our Briton also needs, our Viking rather, needs armor as well. Our Briton sacrificing his castle. Looks like he has stopped repairing it, as he now heads over with knights. But we're in Imperial Age. Knights are not going to cut it. Might as well upgrade these to cavaliers if you want to keep going. But oh my goodness. The entire... look at that. A murder-suicide pact here by both players. Both armies die. And that's all she wrote for the aggression on that side of the map as the knights close in, getting villager kills. 13 kills so far. Only one of them a villager. Okay, so not exactly... not exactly a great stat for now. And yet again, our Briton finds himself at a crossroads and he chooses to attack a house. But our Viking is here, this monastery. If the Viking raids and destroys this monastery, that might be one of the most historically accurate things to have ever happened in Age of Empires 2. I think the Vikings were notorious for raiding monasteries. English monasteries. For now, though, he is focusing on the town center. Maybe this Treb will get the monastery? Okay, going after the archery range, a good move here. Looks like the knights here doing some damage to the back. This skirmisher continuing to attack that house. But the real story is, whoa, our Viking. Holy moly, the cojones on this guy. Look at this, moving forward with how many villagers? I'm desperately trying to click here. 19 villagers, probably closer to 23 or 4. The Arbalests sacrificing themselves here. Now he realizes that Vinchester's skirmisher is not exactly going to kill these villagers quickly. And while they focus on 1 or 2 villagers, the other 15, the other 12 are going to be completing the castle, which is going to go up. Absolutely terrible bad news bears for our Britain, as a big fat Viking castle now lames a whole bunch of his military industrial complex. He finds himself having to rebuild, but he's got 1,000 wood. Our Viking is wood broke. Absolutely no wood. Get the monastery, get the relic, get the siege workshop. He's building a town center. He's going to take the farms of his opponent. That would be absolutely hilarious. What is our Britain doing to respond now? He's going full balls to the wall skirmishers. What an interesting game so far. 2 great archer civilizations who, like I said, let me know in the comments. Am I missing? Is there something I'm missing aside from the +2 range that the Britons get right now because they're in Imperial, which, by the way, doesn't apply to their skirmishers, only their arbalests and no. I thought maybe he was training a longbow. I think the archer lines are the exact same for foot archers, right? Let me know anyway in the comments if I'm there's something. You guys know I miss stuff here and there. Never one to hold myself to a standard of perfection. And the monastery falls. There is no relic. You know, if we were watching Mr. Yo, this relic would already be en route. Would probably be somewhere here, heading back to that Viking base. Wololo's going down a little bit too late as these arbalests get a villager, a monk, another villager. But they're going to get picked off by the skirmishers. But look at all of the ranged actions. We're getting Warwolf. Okay. Do I agree with that? Do I like that? I'm not too sure about that. He's got 1 Treb. He's getting siege engineers. Now, Warwolf does do blast damage. Don't get me wrong. But its bonus really is against stationary units. I guess if you want to gun down Trebs. You know what? I wasn't considering the Trebs. I was thinking the Arbalests. But now these Trebs are not going to miss. Look at that. Every single hit is going to do damage. And by the way, their blast radius is half a tile. So that's why this Treb is already at 69 HP. And by the way, has missed the purple Treb, while the purple Treb has 100% accuracy against it. And it's getting villagers as well because they're in the blast radius. Let's watch it in real time. Wait, why didn't the villagers get hurt? What am I missing here? Why didn't the villagers get hurt? Maybe they're not within the half a tile. Maybe the Treb takes up too much space. Oh my god, we've got a game of sandwiches here. Blue is sandwiched behind this purple army, but purple sandwiched next to the blue castle. And both players have to disengage. What a disaster for our Viking. He loses a whole bunch of units here for nothing. He doesn't even get the Treb. That was absolutely terrible. He's down to 14 Arbalests against 50 skirmishers. Our Briton has, in my opinion, a few too many villagers. Defensive castle going up for our Viking. He does not want to get raided, but the Britain's not exactly a raiding civilization. Might want to cut that villager count down to 120 maybe. The Britons don't really need that many villagers. As look at the sassy walk on the berserker as he struts out. So he is starting to add in some melee. Scale mail armor just now getting heavy plow, just now getting 2-man saw. Emergency castle for our Britain. He pulls off 12 villagers from their farming duties. Ooh, but the skirmishers are here. But again, They are enough now to one-shot these villagers. Will he be able to stop the castle? 75, 76. Oh, he might be able to stop this castle. That would be an absolute atrocious loss of 12 villagers. No, never mind 11. This guy runs. Oh, no, he gets gunned down as he tries to run away. What a sour, sour loss, getting that castle stopped at 84%. And of course, I say the Britons are a raiding civilization, and lo and behold, literally 5 seconds later, you've got a bunch of skirmishers raiding now. They're not going to kill any villagers, most likely, but they are going to just be... I'm just going to shut my mouth. But they're just going to be damn annoying is what they're going to be. So now that he's cleared up the trebs, boom, 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 go the balls as this castle takes a whole bunch of damage. But there's berserkers out, and they're going to be fighting skirmishers. What are the upgrades on them? Oh, not great upgrades. Got to get those armor upgrades. Great battle here to the back. And now finally getting yeoman for our Briton. So all of his ranged units are going to come with extra range. Why are the berserkers engaging 3 of them into these skirmishers with terrible armor? What was the point of that? All of a sudden, he's down to 4 berserkers. More arbalists sneaking their way here through the south. Their HP is terrible. These guys are still alive. Holy shit. Our Viking is getting so much longevity out of his units, but what the hell is this? Elite longbow. How many longbows does he got? 3. What is going on here? One player is charging to his death with 3 or 4 berserkers who are also going to be elite. The other is getting the elite upgrade when he's got literally 5 units. Both players tickling each other with a few skirmishers here to the center. A random ram in the middle of nowhere, unsupported, heads where? Where is there even a siege workshop? Oh, it's the one. It's the one he didn't destroy. Oh man, what the hell is this? What an absolute bonkers game. I feel like I'm tripping on acid or something. Why is there a random ram here pushing in? I guess it's gonna meet up with this army. Where are his longbows? Where are the berserkers? What is going on here? Our Briton has pushed the Viking army back. He is taking the fight to his enemy, who now is still prowling around the map. 18 kills, 16 of them villagers. This is a good location for purple to send a few units, doesn't? Oh no, he knows there's a mining camp there. And here are the longbows. How many of them? 12 out of 18. In come the berserkers. They're elite. Their pierce armor is at a 5. They're going straight for the trebs. Man, can these units eat up any other units? I'm scared here for our Briton. The numbers are well in his favor, but these are berserkers. You know, without the longbows, I would be a bit more scared. But even with the longbows, not enough units for Kasva. He's down to 13 army count. He is getting blast furnace. I'm surprised he engaged there into that army before he got blast furnace. Arbalest continuing to be so freaking annoying. Kill count raised up to 25 before that one guy with 7 kills got gunned down by the castle. And now it is our Britons' turn to absolutely engage into this settlement of the Vikings. But he's got to contend with these 2 castles. The trebs are gone. The problem for Kasva is, what the hell does he do? Oh, okay. I guess that. I was going to say, what the hell does he do? Where's his military production? Where are the barracks? Where are the archery ranges? Where's anything other than 2 castles? And let's see what he was doing right before he GG'd. He's training 5 skirmishers. I'm going to zoom out. Apologies to anyone on a smaller screen. You've got 3 archery ranges. I don't even know why I'm looking at the barracks. Oh, because he's got full upgrades for infantry. So might as well use that barracks, no? You've got the resources to upgrade stuff. But yeah, even though he's still got 2 castles, even though he managed to get the trebs, he's got 11 army supply. Actually, let's go to the end. 10 army supply. There is a treb that, by the way, he sees with this lumber camp and this archery range and these skirmishers. And he just doesn't have a response. He doesn't have any way to produce more military. The Briton is here. Could he have lasted a little bit longer? Skirmishers are not going to destroy structures. Longbows are not going to destroy structures, especially when they're 1 or 2 of them are going to die now to these arrows that look like they are en route to catch a Briton head. One is already dead, it looks like here, but this, oh, what an absolute epic. Maybe I'll use this for a for a thumbnail. Look at this. Look at this berserker having gone absolutely berserk, charging into no fewer than a dozen longbows. And you know what? He probably will end up killing one of them. Man, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just exaggerating. Maybe I'm getting too caught up in the drama. But ultimately, it looks like our Briton is victorious here. The great heathen army has been repelled, and the coastline is safe for now. Let's take a look at the stats and see what the hell was going on. Obviously, skirmishers more for both of them. Both of them getting good amount of kills. Holy shit! Vinchester in the middle of the game. 314 actions per minute. That's 5 actions per second. I might have to go back to see what the hell was going on here. 5 actions per second is bonko. 132 at the very beginning of the game for Kasva. Economy is not too different, about 10% different. Our Briton actually with a bigger economy, because of course he had more villagers almost the entire time, gets none of the resources except for wood. And this, I think, really hurt our Viking. The fact that he just was constantly on the back foot when it came to wood count. If you're going ranged units, you're going archers and arbalests and skirmishers, you need wood. How much did he end with? 217 wood is not enough. I mean, I guess you could plop down an archery range like he was doing. I don't think conversions played any role. No, 0 conversions altogether. But resources, our Britain ended up being 10% ahead. He doesn't even have a handcart yet. He's still on wheelbarrow, which I don't know, probably got when, like 5 seconds ago. Let's see if I can locate. Where are we looking? Our purple line. Yeah, look at that. He got it at the 34-minute mark. Actually, 34:05 is when he was microing the most, right? Anyway, what an absolute... Like I said, some of the things that we've seen in this game makes me question whether or not somebody slipped something into the tea I'm drinking. Oh, speaking of London... I also missed all the amazing tea that I used to drink there. Anyway, Vinchester with about 40 more kills than his opponent, but look at that. Our Briton just suffering 40 dead villagers. Probably half of that lead is those villagers that he ransacked and killed over here, and the bodies of the skirmishers are still littering the floor. The poor villagers who all they wanted to do was get a little bit of farming done, work on their tan, their muscles, head home, have a hearty meal. They all fell to the Viking horde. And yeah, let's take a look. I need to see when he was doing PKPM, because 30... Oh shit, one sec. 34:01. No, pause. Why is it doing that? So what was our Briton doing right now? Oh, you must have been microing this like crazy. Right click. You know how these pro players play. They go crazy. They're so good with the APM. At the same time, I'm actually kind of surprised that it's at this mark, because there's not a lot going on here. 34:01 to 34:06. So it's definitely this battle. This was the most micro-intensive battle, one of them I have seen all year. What an absolute epic game out of both of these civilizations, both of these players. 56 minutes, right? Yeah, I think 56. Yeah, 56 and a half minutes of just non-stop aggression. Our Viking perhaps needed to get a few more lumberjacks somewhere, someplace, but his push looked like it was unstoppable. His villager kills looked like they were unbeatable, but ultimately the king of Wessex, Vinchester, pushes back, heads straight to that Viking base. Actually, let's head right back to the end of the game, and just gets the W in an incredibly fun matchup. And hey, anytime you see both unique units of the civilizations is never a bad time. So I'm here for it. I hope you're here for it as well. And yeah, Vinchester, our English king, our Briton king, keeps his coastline safe, gets the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.